Yo, what's up everyone? This is ItzVCiPz and welcome to the channel. We got a special video today. It's a special collab with my good friend DavidCast JRPGs. We're going to be going over our own tier list for the characters in Persona 5 Royal. Now, let me introduce the good friend David here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to this video, and it's going to be a lot of fun today.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Should be a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely. And I love Persona, and you like Persona as well, so it's definitely a great time, and we have a lot to go over in this video. So if you guys are ready for this tier list video, it's the first time we've ever done a collab tier list video, make sure you guys smash the like button if you enjoy it, and consider subscribing to David's channel as well as our channel here if you're brand new. We have lots of great content on both our channels, and it'd be much appreciated. But without further ado, let's get started with this tier list though. David, I gotta let you know real quick, one of my favorite characters, alright, I'm gonna get flack for this automatically, but it's Kawakami. But hear me out though. I actually like the way her story progression is. How she has to deal with being bribed the money after the death of that kid that she's tutored in class. And I feel like the way her progression was in her story, as well as how her social link benefits you in game, it helps a lot, honestly. Being able to go out at night and like do much more after going to a palace, and I think all that together wraps her up to be at least an A tier. But what do you think though? Do you think all that stuff matters at the end of the day? Do you think she deserves an A tier spot? She also may be a waifu of mine too, but that's just another thing.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, she's waifu tier for sure. So, but yeah, for real, her backstory is cool. I liked it, and I just like it was unexpected the way when you meet her. I think it was with Ryuji and
Mishima.
Oh boy, yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, that moment was really fun. Yeah, I was like,
hilarious.
The first time that I played it, I was like, will they bang for real? But no, yeah, she's cool. She's cool.
Yeah, it was such a crazy way to make her introduction as like a social link too, because like you already seen her as a teacher at the school, and then like later on in the game, like a month or so later, you just come over to this flyer and it's like, all right, well, call a maid over. And then of course Ryuji, being the guy he is, squirms out last minute, of course. Oh, I gotta pee now, just like he always does.
Yeah. I know, that was a funny moment. I'm curious to hear your opinion about Yoshida, the politician.
I think he is very good, like as a character. I like the way his story and plot progresses. I think he's also very underutilized and underlooked too. I feel most people don't use his social link and don't realize the potential it has as well. I think he's at least B tier.
Cool. I'm glad to hear that, because I really liked his Confidant, and I feel like not enough people are talking about him. Like always the same ones are coming back, and this one is a character that I really liked. I do like his opinions on like important subjects and what he brings to the table. Like it is great to what's the trait that you raise when you have his confidence? Is it like it's knowledge or something?
I believe it was knowledge. Yes.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's like you practice your speech, and no, I really like his social link for sure. He's up there. B sounds great. I
gotta go and put Morgana. I hate Morgana, even in Royal. I feel like he still tells you to go to sleep too much. And like, yes, the first day of the new semester, we're not gonna really spoil, it was pretty funny seeing what happens to him. Yeah. But I can't put him more than the final tier, D tier. Honestly, that's just me though. What do you think?
That works for me. I mean, in the first well, I mean, we're probably gonna go on spoilers territory at some point.
Yeah, we'll go into it a little bit, of course. Yeah. So let me make sure for everyone watching the video, there will be some minor spoilers. I guess we will go into a little bit, so be wary as you're watching this video. Watch my review of Royal if you haven't seen it, so then you'll be up to date. But yeah, David, go into it.
It's not gonna be heavy spoilers as you mentioned, so it's cool. But like when you're in the time frame in the game where the Aru's section of the game, with Okumura's palace and stuff.
Right.
When he leaves, Morgana leaves the party, and it's basically lost. People are in your team, your party members are like, oh, we should probably look for Mona. I remember playing the game the first time. I was like, oh, nah, leave him be. Like we don't care about him.
Like he's just a cat at the end of the day. Just let him go.
Exactly. Too bad for him. We're out. I didn't mind, so definitely not. And then I'm trying to look at the other characters, and I'm like, who else is gonna be?
Well, I think you made a good transition to Haru though, because when he was gone, he ran into Haru.
You're gonna get hate.
Well, I'm not sure where to put her personally. I'll leave her in C for now until we make a decision. But I need to hear your thoughts first before I give my thoughts.
I mean, and yes, we're gonna get blasted for this, but she's too bland. Yeah. Like I feel like there's potential, but she's very underutilized. She was fun to play as. I love her spells and stuff. The way that she acts in the things is cool.
Yeah, the psi abilities and the physical ability combination, along with the use of guns, like it was always a great partner on my team for the majority of my time in Royal. Actually, I used her a lot more in Royal, and she's a good character, like in game, like as a character to use. But like you just mentioned, like social links, it could have been expanded more even in Royal, but there's some stuff that was cut out of the game that would have been great to see her like interact with. So it's fortunate
for sure. Plus, Beauty Thief is a stupid name.
Beauty Thief. Oh my god.
The Beauty Thief. I am the Great Beauty Thief. Great Beauty Thief.
Just killed all the drama.
I'm the Beauty Thief.
So for all those reasons, it's like, yeah, I feel like there's potential. I wish they would have expanded on her during in Royal, but they didn't. So yeah, I feel comfortable with C because there's potential, but underutilized, and for all those reasons, she's fine there.
Yeah, definitely better than Morgana, but still a lot to be left desired.
Exactly.
All right, now this one, I think it's kind of like not a mandatory D or C position, but like Shiho really wasn't that crucial in the grand scheme of the game. How do you feel though? I feel like a C or D tier for her, just because you really don't get to interact with her too much. She's really only in the beginning, and then as we know what happens, it's early game for what happens anyway. She does fall off the building of the school.
Yeah. At her point though, she was like her moment in the game had a big impact. Like I remember when I played the game the first time, I was like, oh man, wow, that's like there's a big impact from what this teacher's doing to the students. So even if we don't see her for a long time necessarily, and the way that An always refers to her, I feel like she maybe could give her C. Yeah, could give her C for.
You have a great point there about the impact, because it is true. Even though she may not last long in the story, like in the grand scheme, like that impact, because it is what goes into the first boss in the first palace, and it makes that huge build up,
and it's a strong moment right at the beginning. And I feel like there's pacing issues a bit with P5, and I don't want to get into this subject necessarily, but I think she helps to gain some pacing at the beginning of the story. It helped. Her moments are good,
and I think that's a great build up to that first boss, Kamoshida, man. I think he is definitely an a-hole, but as a character when it comes to his plot, but as well as an overall like boss to overcome and to face in the game, and as a first boss, I feel like somewhere around B, A, and S, honestly. Not doesn't need to be S, but I'm just mentioning because I know a lot of people do feel that way. I don't know if that's how you feel.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't think an S. I don't think S, but I think B, maybe A or something. What
he's a great character. I really liked his fight. Both his fights actually, like in Royal and in Vanilla.
The Royal fight is so good. I liked it much more actually.
Oh yeah, for sure. His boss design is also really good. He completes his role very well. I mean, he's supposed to be an a-hole, and he's an a-hole. So and I recorded footage from Vanilla this week. I recorded footage from various different games, but I did record footage for Vanilla, and I lost my save file, so I just re-experienced the first hour or so. And right at the beginning, he's already an asshole. Right when you start the game, like it's crazy when you
first few
he just doesn't like you,
like right off the rip.
What's wrong? Go ahead and take a swing at me. You won't though. Cause you can't.
The principal. I definitely don't think he's better than Shiho.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's more of a coward than him.
Yep.
Like he's such a puss. I mean, oh my god! During the
a bigger puss than Morgana. That's why he's below him in the list.
Yeah, no, he's D tier for sure. I mean, when he died, I was like, oh, see, I heard it.
Yeah, I was like, all right, adios. And his plot is great, which is why I have him so high. Because his entire plotline story relating to his son and troubles talking to him, all that. So I feel like for me, I could put him in B tier. I can understand why people put him in C. But what do you think? I was thinking like low B, high C.
No, that sounds good to me because he what he asks you to do is kind of unexpected as well. Just as you mentioned, his confidence is great. Plus, his theme in the game is amazing.
Oh yeah, you could just
gunshot theme is amazing,
and you can leave it on, like leave your PlayStation on and just have that theme go.
Sure.
It's a bop.
I put his theme very often in the back of my videos when I play. So no, he's definitely he's a cool dude. I'm fine with B for sure.
All right, dope.
We're gonna get hate for this top though because we have Aru at C.
Oh,
and I feel like people are gonna come back with the.
Her confidant, like the story is good, but like the actual ability of you get from Social Link, being able to alternate your characters in battle is literally game changing. Many people they like to say, oh, Persona is a really challenging game. Why can't I switch my characters around? Oh, you can. Did you try to Social Link? It's like it's there. There's an option.
Oh, yes, and
it's very helpful for a lot of people, especially around the time where you're at the Futaba boss battle. When you're at that point, like getting to the point where you can alternate your characters in and out is the best at that point, because there's always like the sweeping attacks that the boss would have at that area, and just in general that ability to switch out your characters, and the story plot of how her mom was forcing her to do all these publications and magazines for the shogi team and all that, even though she really didn't even want to do that. She liked playing shogi, but the entire aesthetic of the glitz and the glam she was kind of against and was forced to go through until we stepped in and saved the day. So I think she deserves B, I think, above UI though.
Yeah, and you know, the point that you mentioned about the ability that you gain with this one is a very good point. When I first played vanilla, and I always come back to my first playthrough, because I feel like the first time that you play is when you really get the impact that a character has on you, for example. And I didn't find her at first. Like I think I played her first because you unlock her at a certain point in the story. Yeah. Yet in the story, there's something that happens that you unlock the church where she is, and I probably like did the first part of her confidant and I just let her off. But then at some point I was like, man,
just never went back to the church. A real SMT fan right here.
I never came back to the church, except at some point I was like, why can't I change my party members? I want to do this. So I typed it in Google, and then I saw that
our best friend Google.
Exactly. So then I came back to church. So yeah, no, she's cool as well, though. Not my favorite confidant necessarily, but yeah.
Oh, for the benefits though.
She's all right.
That's the main reason why I put her in B.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then I would put her in front of Haru.
It's probably the most beneficial confidant in the game, I would think.
Yeah,
I don't
top
remember
five.
Everything.
Definitely top 5
for sure.
I think another one that's definitely in the top, not just waifu status, but as confidant, Tei Takemi. I feel like I gotta put her in A at least.
That's what I was about to say. No, she's definitely A tier. I mean, can you just scroll down a bit?
Yeah.
I think she's probably my favorite confidant in the game. Like she's really cool. I really liked her story.
Well,
big
if
impact.
that's the case, then we kind of have to put her S tier, because I agree with that sentiment actually.
Okay, so yeah,
we have to put her S tier,
perfectly fine with S. Yeah, she's awesome. She's a waifu, and I mean
her story. I love her story.
Is awesome.
Man. Like even playing through it for my third ever playthrough in Persona 5 Royal, like I went through the whole thing for a third time stream, because the social link benefits that you get are great, and just as a whole, character design, plot, all that, perfect fit, and the way they swerve her into Royal a little more, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep. No, for sure. No, she deserves her spot. And I think she's beloved by the community in general.
Yeah, a lot of
people
like
blasting her. Yeah.
Only people who try and be hipsters and be like, oh, you should be praising Haru, not Tei Takemi.
Nah, come on.
I need to know your thoughts on Kasumi first, because I gotta be honest, I don't like her.
Well,
I need to know your thoughts though.
Yeah, Is she a new confidant for Royal? I don't remember.
That's the best part, because she isn't a new confidant.
She isn't. Okay, so I completely skipped her.
Yeah, no, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. She's worth skipping.
Yeah, well, I did skip her, and I don't remember much, except that she's fraudulent and that she steals
100,000 yen.
Yeah, like, so no, she's trash. But
I remember my first time playing Persona 5, regular Persona 5. When I first seen that confidant, I'm like, you know what? Let me go for it. I had a little money, and I was like, what? I got robbed, gypped. And then I went and saw her in Royal. I'm like, is the confidant any better? And I did my research. Google, like we just mentioned, and nah, it doesn't do any more benefits. So I gotta put her in personally D tier. But what do you think? I may raise it up or keep
Morgana and this coward. I would say that she's either D tier or lower C. Like, can you date her? Is she a route that you can take?
Technically,
I don't even know.
Technically, but like the way it all plays out, because I'm one of those people who like goes and watches all the cutscenes like on my own time. Like,
okay.
And it takes a long while to even get to that point, and even then, is it really worth it? No! Futaba's mom. Like, it had an impact on Futaba's story, so like maybe we could put her in C at least, like the bottom of C, but like I don't see her being any higher than like C tier or D tier. But what do you
think about her often though, because of the whole thing with Sojiro and again with Futaba's story? So she's not D tier. So, but I don't see her along the ones that we put on B. So I think that's her place.
All right, now you mentioned Sojiro, and I like Sojiro.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
I think he's got to be a B tier, right?
Or
do you think C tier?
I was hesitating with
that bad, but I don't know.
I was hesitating between B and A, to be honest, because everyone's stressed out in this game. Everyone's always on the fence about everything, and I feel like he's just he's relaxed, he's smooth, and he doesn't. At the beginning, he's kind of an asshole when you first meet him, but he quickly realizes that you're just someone special, and I really liked his character and his confidant and the way that he looks at Futaba, like how he cares for her and stuff.
Yeah, I also liked how he actually grew to like the protagonist as well. Because of course at first he's like, oh, you better not steal anything or else I'm gonna call the cops. And like 1 week later, not even, he's like, oh, make sure you lock up and have a good night, enjoy yourself. Like he gets more comforted towards you and like realizes at first, of course, that you're not a crazy person until.
No, he's really cool, and I mean,
he's chill.
Yeah, there's also I was about to say something. Oh yeah, when I recorded footage, he just at some point he calls you on the phone for directly from Leblanc. It's like your first night at the cafe or something like that.
Yeah.
And he calls you and he's like, "Sorry, I didn't save your your phone number. I only have girls' phone numbers." He's like,
only girls' numbers. Yup.
Oh, he's cool. I mean, yeah, I like him.
Speaking of a girl that I want her number, but we can't put her too high up in the tier list, unfortunately. I gotta put Sai Ninjima in B tier. I would love to put her up higher, but like I think in the grand scheme of like the story, like the plot, yes, like she's like the first character you see when you're in the interrogation room, and like, of course, as you progress through the story, you see her bits and pieces, see things from her side before you get to the interrogation room segment. And as a social link, there is like a few benefits, but like it doesn't measure up to the overall scheme of the other characters. I think. What do you think about Sai?
Yeah.
She's Bay waifu material. Don't get me wrong. Just like Kawakami and Tei Takemi. I'm just saying. I think overall, like, I feel like she could have had more use, and being an actual waifu would have been great in game.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah,
we didn't get that in Royal.
I feel, first of all, I really liked her palace.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
actually it's definitely one of the best ones. Yeah, for sure.
Top 2 actually, in my opinion. I think top 2 palaces.
It's up there for sure. But yeah, again, it's the fact that every single time that I had a sequence in the interrogation room in the story, like, you know how you complete, for example, a palace, or when you meet someone new, a new party member, when you meet them, you go back in the interrogation room and you see a cutscene. When I first played the game, I was excited to know what was going to happen, and I just felt like those scenes were kind of a drag.
Yeah, so especially after the 3rd dungeon, right when you beat Kaneshiro, it's like, all right, we get it. We're getting like a little flashback of what's gonna happen for the next 10 hours in game. You get it, and then you just start mashing the X button to keep going forward.
Pretty much. So she has like lots of positive points, like she's one of the oddest girls in the game, and her palace is amazing and stuff, but she still has some very important negatives. So B tier is, I don't think we can go higher than this for her.
And of how she would like try and like talk down to Makoto too, and like how Makoto has to focus on her schooling, and Makoto has to focus on this and focus on that, and of course she does her best, but she just wants to grow up and like be a in the footsteps of her father. You know what I mean? And I think she deserves A tier or B tier. I don't think she deserves S tier personally. I don't want to get butchered by anyone watching the video right now. But I can't put her in S tier. I'm sorry.
We're gonna get. She's probably one of my more controversial opinion when it comes to P5 characters.
I'll put her right in B tier. I have no problem getting the rights.
She ends up being cool at some point. Like, I do love Johanna and her moves. She's pretty badass near the end, but she's such a snitch at the beginning. It's crazy.
That's the biggest part, because like I hated Makoto. Like the first like 2 months of seeing her and knowing about her, like even like the first 3 steps of the social link, it's like, do I really want to keep going into this? And of course, like you said, she's a great character to use in game. And even for me, when I played, I actually, in my time in Royal, I used her as my primary healer actually, along with nuclear attacks. So I got to utilize her in a more beneficial way, because in my initial Persona 5 playthrough, I didn't use her much. I didn't even work in a social link. But this time I did, and it was definitely a fun social link. You get to learn more about her and see things from her perspective in the story, but I don't know. I definitely don't think she's S tier. I want to at least just get that out of the way for those Makoto stands in the.
Nah, for sure. And there's a lot of them.
Oh, there's a ton already.
Yeah, no, she's it's still, we have to give her credit though, because as much as we hated her at first, we can agree that she's still cool near the end. So
she blossomed into a much cooler character.
For sure. So no, I think B tier is fair.
All right, now the next one. We did mention Kaneshiro. I think he's gotta be C tier or D tier. I can't imagine being more than C tier.
Nah, because he's kind of like a fake gangster.
Yeah,
he's not cool.
Kids these days, no damn respect.
I also think I liked his arc, like in the story. He's the second palace, right?
Third, actually.
I think third palace. Yeah. Okay.
We'll go over Madarame next, actually.
Yeah, Madarame is second, exactly. Okay, so no, I feel like his part of the story I really did like. I do like that when you enter the metaverse in his part, you are like in Shibuya and you have no clue what's going on.
And then you look up
the machines. Yeah, exactly. You see them. People are like are ATMs, walking ATMs, and you're like, what the hell? But then you realize that the bank is in the sky, and I feel like that was a really cool way to introduce his palace. It's always new surprises with P5, and that's something that I really like. Right. Unlike in Persona 3, where it's just Tartarus every single time.
And more Tartarus.
Exactly. So in 5, there's new things every single time, and I did like that. So
definitely. And Madarame, I definitely think he's a better boss than Kaneshiro. I'm not sure if better than Kamoshida or Sai, but I gotta put him somewhere over here. I think I gotta put him.
And he's the real dick as well. So he's a
people's
real
art and stuff, and like as a content creator, I felt that in my soul. You know.
What I mean? And
because like people tried to steal stuff like videos and musings for me, so like I feel that like personally. So when that happened to Yusuke, which we'll get into after this, I felt for him. I really did.
Definitely. And it's also the fact that he decides to take Yusuke in. And you're like, oh my god, he's a cool dude and stuff. But then you realize why he took him in, and you're like, oh my god, so he's just the biggest dick in the end. So no, he's a really good villain. Yeah. And his boss fight was great as well. I think it's in vanilla, it's probably the first fight.
The vanilla version was pretty much of a struggle. But yeah, when I played Royal, I gotta be honest, I forgot that there was gonna be like a boss update when I was playing the battle originally. I was like completely blinded me, and then I saw all these Madarames pop up, and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yep, it's a great fight though.
Now Yusuke, man, like I just mentioned, like the entire like as an artist kind of thing, like I feel for that personally. I gotta put him in B tier, but like I need to know what you think about him, because I know at first many people feel he's kind of like odd, he's a little weird when you first meet him, you know what I mean? But he blossoms over time. He gets his little lobsters and likes to show them off whenever he's at the beach. Like he has a little comedic humor here and there, but like his comedic humor, unlike some other blonde-haired dweeb, is actually funny. Like Yusuke's actually funny, whatever. Like you actually laugh like, oh, that's so stupid.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, for me, I really liked his style of humor.
The quality of a leader. These beautiful creatures were on sale. Notice their shape.
I have enough money for the train ride home.
But if you put Yusuke in B tier, I mean, Ryuji's not higher than him, so.
Yeah, and I definitely not. Should we really make Haru people happy and keep Haru ahead of Ryuji? What do you think?
I think he's better than Haru personally.
Okay, then we'll piss
I feel
off
like
the Haru fans more. Let's do Mishima. I gotta be honest, I used to hate Mishima, but then in Royal, I actually did his Confidant and saw the benefits it has, how it boosts your experience.
I would put him behind Shiho.
Okay.
I think. He's kind of he's too much of a fanboy of the Phantom Thieves at first. I'm like, okay, stop.
That turns me off too. Like it's like, oh, I'll lead the fan site, and it's like, okay, relax. You don't have to tell me everything. It's okay. You can handle that, because like at the end of the day,
it's a bit too much.
Right. Way too much. Very oppressive. Like just like non-stop, just on top, just like yo, protagonist, yo, I'm on the fan site. You see the next thing that was posted? Like it's just like, okay, we get it.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Speaking of the protagonist, it's hard to really place him somewhere, you know what I mean? But I think now's the best time to try and figure that out.
Yeah,
I don't think B, right? Because like at the end of the day, it's up to you to make the story. Should we even put him on the list? Should we not?
It's hard to tell because there's still his moments and the answers that you can give to people when you talk to them. You sometimes have some very cool thoughts that you can say to people, and it's cool. At the end of that's very spoiler, but there's one moment at the end of the game where he's really badass, and it's like, oh yeah, that was cool.
Oh yeah, and that's talking end of the game, which that's major spoilers. Yeah, we won't be talking about that.
No, exactly. Yeah, I won't go into this one, but yeah, he's a good character, but still kind of bland at times. So I feel like that's probably a fair place to put. Where do people place him though?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't know what I don't necessarily talk about the characters of the games that I play necessarily that much, so I don't know what people think about Joker. I feel like we're probably
in the ballpark, somewhere in B tier. A little bit on the lower end, because like we just mentioned, it's up to us to make the choices.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta put, I think his name is Shinya, or Shinya? I think I gotta put him in D tier, honestly. He's just like Hifumi. Where like
I'm gonna be really honest, I don't remember at all this character.
Well, he's kind of like Hifumi, where like you're only gonna find the character and work on the social link if you're lucky enough to find them, and at the right time.
Where is he? What's
at
his
the arcade?
At the arcade? Oh my god! I think I just completely skipped this one, to be honest.
Don't worry. I skipped it in both games too. Actually, I skipped it in both games too.
I have no clue. When you opened your your file at first, I saw this character and I was like, oh.
Like, who's that?
Exactly. So that shows how memorable they are. Yeah, he's the director of the SIU, so Special Investigations Unit. But he's also a big coward. He's just like the president. He's just the president with the president. Shido. Sorry. He's like, it's the same thing. He's Shido's bitch, and the president is his bitch. Yeah. It's basically the same thing.
He's definitely Shido's bitch. And speaking of Shido, I think we definitely gotta place him somewhere on the higher end of being up.
He's a very good villain. You hate him right away.
I think A. Bottom line.
Yeah, I'm good with A. I mean, whenever you see him in the story and the build up to him being the main villain, or at least one of the main villains,
brilliant,
is dope. Like, you see him very often, but for small moments. You see him on the TV when you cross him at the buffet.
Yeah.
Near the elevator. Like, oh man, I just wanted to punch this guy.
And then the other time when you were out, I think that might have been the same time or a little later in that part, but wasn't there a moment also where they were outside and they intervened with him before he got into his car and Ryuji tried to stop him as well?
Yep.
Like,
I think so. Yeah, I know he's a very good villain. He's like you ate him right away. With the reason why Joker was incarcerated is because of him.
Futaba. I need to know your thoughts of Futaba before I place her anyway.
First of all, I'm gonna say it right away. I don't like her as much as people like her, or I think people like her. Like we always hear people talk about.
She has a stand base, is what I would like to call it. I can understand maybe like a B tier or something, but like I know some people they put her up where we put Tay. So like.
Oh no, she's not there in my opinion. But I think it's a bit too long before she just starts to be a good character. Like her. Oh boy, I'm gonna get hate for this, but she's great, but at the same time, it's, you know, when you try to make her go out of her room, the way that you do it and her palace and stuff is great, but it's a bit too long. Like in her confidant, it's too long. It's like you have to go to the shop with her and stuff, and
it drags on.
It drags on a bit too long. So, but other than that, she's a great character. I like her interactions with the party. It was great to have the Oracle in your team when she boosts you at great times and stuff. Like she definitely has.
But there would be some times where we would need the boost, whether in health or evasion, and she wouldn't help though. Not to call Futaba out or anything, but she ain't no Risei with how she would literally just help pretty much every turn Risei. Futaba, it's like you're literally on your last legs trying to survive a boss battle, and Futaba's like, you know what? Boost your attack. It's like, I needed help for defense or evasion, and then you're taken out.
At least that doesn't happen in Royal.
Yeah, at least not as bad. That's for sure. So, B tier is good. You think bottom of B tier or a little higher? Up to you. Because I'm fine with leaving her, but it's up to you.
I think I would put her behind Yosuke. I think, but not before that, in my opinion.
The Wardens, the twins, Caroline and Justine. Of course, they have to be in the same tier. I feel like you can't put them in separate ones. But where do you think they should go?
They're awesome. They're really cool. They're great characters.
I love that Royal, how like you're able to like interact with them a lot more and bring them to different places, and it's always funny seeing how they react to human life.
That's what I was about to say. Some really funny moments.
I think they gotta be above Joker. I think they gotta be above Joker, to be honest.
And I think she's just the way that she interacts with Joker, her reactions, and the way that they talk to Joker near the beginning of the game when you have no clue who they are. They're great. Definitely.
They fit their warden role proudly in the beginning, and then later on it's like, oh, what's this? Oh, ice cream? Oh, the movies? Oh, this is a gym? Like, it's just great.
And also her fight, when you fight them is great as well. So they're great.
And speaking of someone from the Velvet Room with a very tough fight. The one and only. Where do you think she should go, though? I put her just in B for now, for everyone who's watching.
I'm not too sure, honestly. What are your thoughts?
I feel like she basically was shown more often during, of course, the post-game. So I feel like, as a character, we didn't get to see as much. So
that's the thing.
Maybe in C, but like above Mishima, maybe.
Oh yeah.
I think just
that's
because
a good place.
For those who don't know, minor spoilers. It's basically Caroline and Justine combined together. For those who didn't notice that they both have one eye. Obviously, when they're put together, they have normal eyes now. I just feel like she wasn't that great.
Yep, I think that's a great place, but there's potential.
Goro Akechi. In regular Persona 5, I need to mention that I just didn't like him as a character. I thought he was a pain in the ass, but I thought just plot-wise, it wasn't that good. But in Royal, I felt like they really expanded on him properly, and then the way that it correlates to the post-game too, and then being able to have him in your party permanently and get to see the other sides of him. It's I definitely think he has to be A tier, if not above Makoto, no matter what. He's got to be above Makoto.
It's got to be above Makoto, yeah, for sure. I do like what they did with him in the story, and I really liked his confidant. I was very happy to hear that there was going to be a confidant for him when they showed Royal at first, but I was hoping that we would get something, not just a big ass meme. Like I wanted something with a good base, and that's what we got.
Part about the confidant for me is like when you're towards the end and you had to fight him in Mementos. Like I was like, yo, we're doing this early. We're doing this early. like that. Those kinds of moments are what make Royal. You know what I mean? Like those extra moments they added in that just change up the formula enough to make it feel like a new experience.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, he's up there. I'm comfortable with where you placed him, to be honest.
For sure. And I'm gonna go and I think we just put Haru's father in D tier, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I can't put him behind fucking Shinya.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Even then,
higher
under this what's his name already? The one with the bank.
Kaneshiro.
Yeah, Kaneshiro. I feel like he's a better character than him. So
you think,
I don't know.
And you know what? As a boss, he is pretty tough too.
Yeah.
So I think he has to be above Kaneshiro. Maybe even Mishima too. But Mishima, I think Mishima. I don't know. Just because I'm not a huge fan of Mishima as a whole, but like in Royal and then like his social link bonuses you get, like with the experience, I feel like those experience boosts really make a difference. When I played the original Persona 5, I thought she was a pretty cool character, and like I would say maybe I thought she would be better than Makoto in the long run, but I can't put her anywhere above Sai. And Madarame was a really good boss.
Yeah. Not before Yosuke.
I gotta put her above Futaba, though. I think that's where she belongs, not just as a character, but even on the squad. Like, when I would play through the game, I would use her, of course, in the beginning, obviously, because she was one of the first 4 characters, but, like, very quickly, she'd be off the squad, actually. I wouldn't use her as one of my main magic users. And then in Royal, which is really cool, everyone seems to level up really quickly and smoothly and all simultaneously. I was able to use her more often, and in-game, she plays really well. She does. Later game, once she gets the Blazing Fire attack with severe damage on everyone, once she's able to get all those extra healing abilities, she's very useful. But when it comes to her story and the plot, how she, on her own, tries to model and all that, and really doesn't care about modeling, I'm not a fan of her saying that she doesn't care about something if she's doing it. You know what I mean? Because like as someone who likes to create, if you're doing something, do it because you like to do it and you want to succeed and do what you want to do for it. Like she would always be like, "Oh, I'm doing this for fun," and then the people that she'd be going against for the modeling positions would always be mad at her for saying stuff like that because it's their livelihood, it's their blood, sweat, and tears. So I think middle of B tier, best place we could put her.
I have a question for you though. I'm looking at this tier list and I'm like, I think Hiwai should be before, what's her name already? The church lady? The chess girl? Yeah,
I think it's just for me, I love the ability to switch your characters on the fly. That's like...
Oh, yeah, that's the thing,
That's the only reason why I had Hifumi still ahead. But
his storyline's way better.
It is good. It is a really good storyline.
Yeah. But higher is fine. I think he deserves to be higher than the Wardens and Joker.
Right. I feel you on that. Alright, now. We're gonna go with quote-unquote Kasumi. Because you know it's not Kasumi. But, right. I need to hear your thoughts first on this one.
There was a big spotlight on her when they announced Royal, so I was expecting a lot from her.
Right.
Did I get all that I was expecting? I don't think so. But there was still some very good surprises in her storyline, and she deserves credit for that. Her Confidant wasn't that great, in my opinion. Kind of superficial at times, even.
Right.
I don't necessarily know where I would put it. I was hoping that we would be able to play as her for longer.
Right, I agree.
As well. That's an issue that I had.
Feel the same on that.
So if I look at the other characters, I don't think she's A tier at all.
Oh yeah, definitely not A tier, but better in Joker.
I don't see her anywhere else, to be honest.
I can't see her better than any of these people, to be honest.
Yeah, she's either there or she's top C. Not anywhere else.
Yeah, I can't put her below Ryuji or Haru. So like, that literally must be the best spot. All right.
Yep.
I think the next two, I gotta place them pretty high personally. But we'll start with Marookie though. I think Marookie deserves an A or S tier slot. Like as a villain, like as a villain, but also as well as like how you learn from his backstory and how he portrays himself. Because like at the end of the day, with the way his story went out, he wasn't trying to be a villain per se. He was just trying to make the world better in his vision and to make people not deal with pain and stress and things in life that they can't control.
Yeah.
When you actually talk to him and sit down with him in the guy's office, you get to see his point of view on not just what he's asking you, but you get to hear stuff about him and his past too, especially towards the later half of his Confidant. The boss battle and the boss battle music too, and the dungeon.
Yep. And just his regular team as well is amazing. I feel like his ideology is so deep and well constructed. He looks S tier to me, personally.
I think he's better than Sojiro.
Yeah, he's amazing for real. His ideology is well constructed. It's clear what he aims for, and the build up to him being a villain was amazing as well. So no, he's a great character. Very, very, very great character. He's a better villain than Cheeto, in my opinion, but in a different way.
Yeah,
so
totally different point of view too of how they both saw things. But going to the next character, I think Jose deserves to be in top of B or A. The only reason why, I'll explain. He is literally not just a funny egghead, but in the game, he's able to help you out so much when you're going through the mementos to the point where it makes mementos fun. And mementos, let's be honest here for a second, it's kind of like Tartarus 2.0, just you going downwards. And with the way that he's able to give you bonuses if you collect all the different flowers and stuff, like EXP bonuses or item bonuses or anything of the sort, like those things helped out. And when you trade in any of those things that you collect for him, you can also buy specific items, cards to generate moves for your personas, tons of somas, and can't go wrong with somas, yo. Like, it's like the best item in the game. So I think all that stuff together, and whenever you talk to him, he'd always be funny. It'd always be a good time. So yeah, I gotta put him at least not above Goro and Shido, but like I gotta put him bottom of A tier. For me personally, this is like something I gotta do. I gotta put him in A tier.
That's fine with me. I mean, as long as you don't put him before the other characters, he's definitely top B or A. I mean, unlike Kasumi, I came with no expectations for this character. I was like, oh, okay, cool, and there was some cool unexpected moments with him. So no, he's great, and just as you mentioned, he made mementos less of a chore.
Yep.
So that's a good thing.
And now, last, and I think definitely least, Oya. Should we put her at the bottom? Just wrap it up?
Nah, she's not that bad. I mean, there's some interesting moments with her. I feel like.
Yeah.
I look at the other confidants and
all that. I feel you, because she's told to like work on certain things and she's trying to do other stuff. So I definitely see what you mean by that.
And I feel like she was a good idea for a confidant around the Phantom Thieves, like to have a journalist like this.
Right.
Spreading information around the Phantom Thieves, helping you gain popularity and stuff. I feel like she was still a great confidant at the end of the day. She's not attractive and she's not...
So should we put her at the top D?
I would go higher than that, to be honest.
Just because you said attractive, and I think Futawa's mom's more attractive.
Yeah, she is. But other than that, she was still kind of a good character. So I would put her behind Okumura.
Okumura. Right here? Really? Above Mishima? I don't know about that. I'll put her behind Mishima.
Yeah, that's fine. But I feel like there was a good impact from she deserves to be in this story more than others. More than like,
Mishima.
Yeah, I mean, I adore Persona 5, but I have no clue who this character is, even though I played the game 3 times now.
Same. So... I played the game 3 times too, and I never did the Confidant. Like, I've started it, but like, that was it.
At least you started it. I mean, next time that I play the game, I'm gonna do it. But...
Yeah, go out of your way to start it, and let me know how it goes, man. So there we go. That wraps up our Persona 5 Royal tier list video. If you guys enjoyed the video, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and what you would change in this tier list, as well as smashing that like button if you enjoyed, and make sure you subscribe to David's channel as well as my channel here as well for the latest in all kinds of content. Now, David, let everyone know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Twitter at DavidCast6917, or you can find me on YouTube at DavidCast JRPGs for mostly Atlas content. I do love to say RPG content, but I mean, it's Atlas most of the time, so.
Yeah. I feel that. And make sure you guys check them out if you haven't already. And if any of you are new here, consider subscribing to my channel for all kinds of content. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already to both of our channels, and we hope to see you guys next time. Peace out. And remember, Bei Takemi is S tier.